Okay. I guess it played. Uh, Having technical difficulties as always, but it wouldn't be me if it wasn't. And since it popped me back up on stage, I'm going to assume that the intro played for everyone since it didn't for me. uh, how are y'all today? Good evening, Sunday, January 5th. Oh, so I apologize once again because I've had technical difficulties. It's thundering and lightning extremely bad outside, so hoping we don't lose power. Let's see. Oh, we have an advocate. Yay. I'm excited. Pookie Woos, you're a new advocate. Thank you so much, very much. We love advocates because they speak up for those who cannot speak up for themselves. Hey, Indigo, Adrian, DJ, yes, you did. Let's see, Marie, how are you, Facebook mom? Indigo, everyone, Her Majesty. Well, yes, Crystal was definitely having technical difficulties, but got it done. Hey, Violet. Hey, Body Illusion. How are you? Hey, Misha. Sophia. Let's see. Wounds to Wisdom. Hey, Teresa. Living My Best Life. Hey, Brittany. And did I miss anyone else? I love the Wounds to Wisdom. Will the mods please find the link and post that and every one of y'all's channels? But we need to get Wounds to Wisdom up there, please. And also Crystal, her page. We need to get that up there. We are definitely. Brittany, are you still in here? Brittany Noel, are you still in here? If I use her middle name, hey Blake, hey, how are you? Yeah, if I say her middle name, she knows she better answer. Yeah, see, I told you. She's in here. Yes, please, just everybody that has channels, let's support everyone. Body Illusion has a channel. I mean, I'm just about everybody. Please, please, please do not even ask. That is something that we do here. We support each other. And my lips are dry, so I hope this works. Okay, so I want to get right into it. I'm not ignoring anybody. I got a hard stop at 8:00, and Red's going to make sure that that hard stop is done, and then we are going to leave this live, and I'm going to end this stream and go to the next stream, which is holding space for Mike Render and his family. They're going through a lot right now. Whether you like him, whether you don't, this is respect and showing that he was very much a part of this community. Either way, he's definitely going to have some honor from us. And if you want to be there, you're welcome. If you don't, I understand. But it's just respect for me. All right. So we're going to get into part 2 of our 10-part series on re-regulation. And why all of a sudden do I have? This is insane. Okay. So I have my notes for chapter 2 on it, and I just want to go over it. I'm going to go over the notes that I have really quick. Because I really want to try and get this all in 45 minutes. I'm going to try to keep it to a minimum. So, hey, Brazy girl, how are you? Hey, Barbie, I didn't see you come in. You can't stay. Oh, love you, girl. Come back. We got the replay, honey. And as soon as this is over, we're going at our hard stop. We're going straight over to another live. So, holding space for Mike. So I'm so glad y'all are here though. Okay, so in the re-regulation of our neurological system, which also in turn is our nervous system, it's all of the above, it's our whole body. But the neurological controls everything. Hey Tiff, how are you, honey? So the second part, the second chapter, it talks about trauma treatments, old and new. And the notes that I took out of it, they were I tried to keep them to a minimum. It's not obviously the whole book, but it is definitely the important highlights that I wanted to highlight. And one of it is that's funny. We heal ourselves. That in daily practice, we don't go to the memory. You only write the distress thoughts at the time of writing. If you do it every day, twice a day, your worst memories are bound to, come up. And then you write about them. And getting in the habit brings more relief. We follow the writing and daily practice within 20 minutes of rest and relaxation. Do the meditation afterwards. And then those that do that, they find the daily practice comforting. Those who do not do the 20 minutes of meditation or mindfulness, they end up quitting within the first week. So if you do the practice, hey Power, how are you? If you do the practice and the writing, you're going to get rest, relaxation, and a deeper healing. So you'll be able to help heal your symptoms and yourself. And that's important. The daily practice, like I said, my therapist had me doing it before I even knew of a book or the journal. I had no idea. But then she had me doing the practice, and I was doing mindfulness because I really wasn't familiar with I wasn't familiar at all with meditation because my thoughts ran everywhere. So now that I've had a wonderful friend, thank you, Teresa, lead me in a guided meditation today. That worked so well that I was just so relaxed on a different level. Words can't explain it. Yes, you need to keep putting that up there, Power, because people need to know that you have the best information, please. Your shorts tell so much. But the author keeps going back to, we get emotionally deregulated, it's because we are neurologically dysregulated, and we need to get re-regulated. Some of us can do that with tools in our toolbox. Some of us can do it just by breathing. Some of us are not able to do that. We have to have someone help us. Being dysregulated stops everything. You cannot heal from trauma. You cannot try to heal from anything because your amygdala is taken over, and it's got your endocrine, it's got all of your systems that control your brain, and all your synapses and your dopamine and your serotonin. It's not able to work like when you're distressed, when you're dysregulated. You have to become regulated before you can start that trauma healing again. And she also says writing is a way to process emotion without all the triggers. Because who in here, seriously, when you go to therapy, or if you've been in therapy, does it trigger you when all they want you to do is go back to the beginning and talk about it? Talk therapy. I just want to know because people end up running into a brick wall and feel like they're not getting anywhere, and that they're getting worse because of that. And because you're constantly having to go back and repeat your trauma. I, for one, don't want to do it. I told my therapist I didn't want to do it. And so we basically have been following this. You write it one time. You write down the trauma one time in your journal, because in order to fix yourself, you have to acknowledge that there's something that needs fixing. So you write down your trauma. You write down your earliest thought of the trauma, but you don't have to take all the trauma. If it doesn't show you if it's not causing you any issues, if it's not causing you any present time symptoms. Crystal, thank you. Hugs, and April has me saying activist instead of trigger. Activate. I like that because I don't like the word. I really like that. Thank you, Crystal. I really like that. I know trigger is like, there's something wrong with that with me. I'm not able to, what do you call it? Wrap my head around it, maybe. Because trigger meant, until I got into therapy, trigger meant something totally different to me. But now that I know that to use it from a therapeutic word, a trigger is a stimulus that activates. Yes, activate is a good word, because it is it's activation of a symptom from trauma. I don't like that word trigger, and it's really hard for me to use anyway. So trigger is triggering, where activating is happening. And that is exactly what is happening, Crystal. Thank you. Yes, absolutely. To your nervous system. It's exactly, you have to re-regulate. If you can't, you're stuck. You're not going to get anything accomplished until you stop that cycle, that merry-go-round. The author went on to say that, and this is just her words, when you have to speak about the trauma, research has shown that writing about trauma can be powerfully therapeutic. Expressive writing. It's a structured method covering reducing symptoms of stress and anxiety. It's also shown to work effectively against trauma as well. You write about the most traumatic experience you can remember, and you do it 4 days in a row. People usually feel emotionally overwhelmed as they do the work. They report feeling exhausted days afterwards. And that's what makes the daily practice different, because you're not going to repeat this over and over. You don't do it. You're not going to be stuck in that fight, flight, freeze, or fawn. You won't be stuck in that. What you're going to do is, it's going to be a flowing thought. Like I said, when I gave everybody that last week, when you use those words, you have to use them in order for a reason. And the reason is because the words mean something in order. And then you have to give it a final release prayer, which we didn't get to that last week. And that final release prayer, whether it be to, just to the light, to the love, to God, to whatever your belief is, it doesn't matter. But you have to release it to the universe and not keep it inside. And I was trying to find my paper where I actually wrote that. Okay. So the words again are for the daily practice, and you get a piece of scratch paper and you write it on there twice a day. But once you do, you write, and it can be more than one thing. But you have to use these words for a reason. They're guided this reason. And you shred it immediately. Do not process it. Don't try to process it. Y'all, it's so simple that you really don't need to put that much thought into this. When you sit down, if you have any, negative intrusive thoughts coming in, that's what you write. I am resentful at what, person, place, or thing, because I have fear that, fill in the blank. That it's that simple. Hey, why do you think we don't like you? How are you? So what you do is you just twice a day. But if you don't follow that by the 20 minutes of the meditation and the either meditation or mindfulness or just relaxation, 20 minutes to let your thoughts in your mind clear so that the positive thoughts come in, It's not going to do you any good as far as the daily practice part of it, that new therapy. I mean, maybe it helps you, maybe it doesn't, but like they said, if people don't follow it with the 20 minutes, that it really, they quit within a week. I am resentful at my body because I have fear that I will never have control of it again. There you go. And then I'm sitting that on down. Misha says, I'm actually using this as we speak on something that I'm personally dealing with. I'm so glad you shared it with us. Oh, you're very welcome. This is something I love to do. I love to teach. Thank you, Misha. But so in this does not focus on you're at Costco. This does not. Oh, I do that indigo. I do say I have to start my day, whatever my gratitude is and things like that. Yeah, absolutely. And I have to I have to find a reason to smile before I get out of bed. And then I also need to improve somebody's life and learn something. Those are my goals. Uh, but if you keep having to go back over and over and bring up that past trauma every single time you want to try to get through, you're already getting activated. You're already having to scared to death you're going to go back there. Well, guess what? We have a fix for that. We don't have to keep going back. We don't have to go back and fix that child because we can't. We cannot change in the past what has happened to us now. Okay, we can't change it. Once you accept that, we can start working on current time, present time, symptoms from present time. When we can do that, we can heal. We re-regulate, we control the symptoms, we've won. And that is why this is so important to me. Talking about your trauma can produce wild swings in your prefrontal cortex, your ability to reason and make emotions go through the roof. It can also impact neurotransmitters in your brain, including dopamine and serotonin. Talking about trauma can make it worse. That's why you go around saying no, someone asking you for money or processing anything going on, or just calm down after a loud noise. This is where your writing comes in to save the day. Because talking about it, talk therapy and medications are the two most common treatments, the standardized treatment for CPTSD, and that they do not work 90% of the time. Or I'm sorry, 85% of the time. Let me quote that correctly. Their go-to, because they don't understand it, is medication and talk therapy. The more you talk about that, it's not, some people it helps, and if it helps, please, by all means, I do. And this is no replacement for your own. This is my opinion and my opinion only, and my research. When you do the writing in your journal, you're using another part of your brain, which deactivates that trauma response. And that's why the writing is good. It says daily writing is so important to this process of processing trauma. By talking about it, contributes this re-regulation. Wait, I don't know what I wrote there. No, deregulation. That's what it was supposed to be. Talking about the trauma over and over, it causes dysregulation. Talking activates the amygdala, the part of your brain, and it's heavily involved in processing emotions. And this prompts your body to release the stress hormones, which I am currently trying to stay away from. Your body relieves the stress hormones. Talking about it can also activate your pituitary gland, your adrenal gland, and your amygdala, the HPA axis, your hypothalamus. All of this stuff is activated whenever you're in that stress hormone and you're in that fight or flight, all that stuff. Barbie, what did you say? I went to therapy and couldn't get the words out to talk about the big things I experienced that caused some of my trauma. If you keep going through there, Barbie, if you keep going, what happens is it takes a while, but you eventually will get to that. Same thing with this daily writing. With the daily practice. When you just write the first thing that comes to your mind, it can be one or two things. I am resentful at so and so because I have fear that. And then once you're through, you have to say your prayer is what they call it, your release. I release this negativity out into the universe. I no longer hold on to it. And you shred the paper and it's gone. You don't try to process all that. It's immediate what's bothering you at that moment. And those memories are going to come up, but you don't have to go back and find them. You don't. And that's why I like this trauma. This approach, it treats the here and now present time. You're not going to go back and ever fix the person that was hurt. It's not possible, or we would have time machines and nobody would experience trauma. We would just jump and go fix it. But that's not reality. Reality is we need to be working on ourselves, in my opinion, in the here and now, the present time. This is what's affecting us, the present time. So if we can work on that and we can find some tools that will help us, and one thing's going to work for one person, it may not work for another. You have to find the balance for yourself. All I'm here to do is provide some information on some different things that I've learned. In the daily practice, you do not have to keep renaming your trauma. It works on healing 3 areas. And this is what I really like about this, which is called a 3-legged stool. And number 1, dysregulation of the nervous system. It works on that. And the emotional dysregulation comes from that, from your nervous system. Number 2, disconnection from others, feeling different, left out, isolated, or having difficulty forming good friendships. Who's been through that? And this is a long one, I'm sorry. Disconnection from others, feeling different, left out, isolated, or having difficulty forming good friendships. Has anybody been through that? Exactly, me too. Yes, Barbie, we are in this together. Absolutely, we are. In the writing process, it's hard for me, but I have my phone and I journal verbally. Hey, Thomas, how are you, sweetheart? How are you? Welcome. So I'm bad about writing, but thank gosh, my journal that I've got in my phone, I can do talk to text, and it actually will pick it up for me. Obviously not too good because this is not doing some of the words. I stopped journaling for a while, but have been trying to talk myself back into it. Don't talk yourself back into it, Blake. Just grab your book, just grab it and start writing. That's all you have to do. Well, you're in the right place, Tomas. You're in the right place. I'm glad you're here. Now, the third leg of this 3-legged stool is, if I can read my own writing. Oh, number 3, self-defeating behaviors. Then the third leg of that stool is self-defeating behaviors, emotional outbursts, money problems. This method is going to change your life and where it matters quickly, and that's the daily practice. So we have the 3-legged stool. Okay, so we want to stop all that. Reducing how much you talk about trauma. Write it instead. That's what's going to quickly help you. I would give my journal therapist so she would understand what I was trying to say. I need someone to talk to, but I didn't realize that's how I was doing it. That's exactly right. When you were writing, Blake, you were getting it out. That's what matters, is that it's the negativity and it comes out and goes on the paper. You can burn it, you can bury it, you can do whatever you want to. But at least write, yes, when Teresa says if journaling is too much, fold a page in half and bullet point feelings on each side, good, bad. It can help set a path. Absolutely great idea. Great advice. Like that was, see, just anything like that. You just need to, once you start, she's right. It's going to set a path of thought, and you probably will just, oh, wait a minute. I need to do this. I need to do this. I need to do this. So if you just put that pen to the paper, and remember also in daily practice, whatever you grab a scratch pad, what you're going to write that, and you're going to tear it up because you're not ever going to you don't process that. It's whatever intrusive thought at the time, you put it through there, you sell it down the river, it's gone downstream. Then you do your 20 minutes. And that's very important, y'all, because you just let the negative out, you've got to let the light in. Owning your healing and not make another person to blame. That's very important. Owning your healing and not make another person to blame what has happened, to keep the focus on your own trauma. Prioritizing present time problems. Present time problems. You have symptoms from a past trauma that are affecting you in present time. That is what you need to work on. You have to own your healing. That means you have to participate in it. It's not just going to heal on its own. You cannot blame another person for what has happened to you. We didn't cause this trauma to ourselves, especially as children. But we are grown adults who have to take responsibility for what we react to and what our actions are. No matter how bad you feel, no matter how much you have hatred or despise or just repulsiveness, it doesn't matter, because you've got to learn how to control yourself and only yourself. You cannot control other people. You only can control your response to other people. Once you learn how to do this and set that boundary of what you can control and what you cannot control, your life becomes brand new. The Let Them theory, I'm actually reading that book now. The Let Them by Mel Gibson, where she talks about how she came up with, she built off of the Let Them, and it's really interesting because it's like a crossover to what we're talking about here. Let them think whatever they want to about you. It's not your business what they think about you. It's none of your business. How you react to something is your business, and you can control. Hey, Candy, how are you? And thank you for being here. This is amazing. Well, you're welcome here anytime. Please, Candace, you're very welcome here anytime. And we have a very friendly chat. So you're more than welcome. And I appreciate you being here. So let's see. Prioritizing present time problems, stepping up in life, and not only to feel better, but become your full self and bring your unique gifts into the world. This is important. Each one of you have unique. Hey, Ben, how are you? I like juicing. That's all I live on is my smoothies mostly. Ben. Oh, Lord, you're so funny. So I'm going to repeat this. Power. I set boundaries that I let them cross, and once I knew a person has entitled themselves to my thoughts and feelings, I call them out. They're usually the deny play victim. As long as you respond for yourself, like, we can't control other people, but what we can control is how we react to it or how we are. And what the other person, like I always say, what the other person thinks about us is none of our business. So just let them. Everything, because we can't control them. So And we have a lot of ex-Scientologists that, and a lot of ex-trauma or trauma survivors that actually go through the same thing. But what you want to do is focus on your healing, take control over your healing and what you're doing right now. Hey, Brian, welcome in. But listen, you want to feel better and become your full self and bring your unique gifts into this world. And I've got not very long. Okay. And this is okay. So once at your work, once you see that that therapy is working, is you're able to process. So if you've done the daily practice and you're not able to see it working because you're still not able to process it. So what the end goal is, you want to be able to process it more efficiently than before. When you're regulated, you're managed. You feel better and you can process emotions day by day. And that is where I want to get to. When something comes up, I have an emotion, I need to process it. I can do that and go on and not become dysregulated. Once you become dysregulated, stop. Just stop. You're not going to do any good until you re-regulate. And I mean no good. Hey, Afila, how are you? If you do not re-regulate, listen to me. If you get anything out of tonight, you do no good. You have to re-regulate in order to work on stress, anxiety, trauma response, anything. You've got to use the other part of your brain, not the one that loves not the amygdala. Okay, so the different type there's a different type of therapies, and I'm going to just roll brain and nervous system focus therapy. That's one. There is EMDR, polyvagal therapy, neurofeedback, brain spotting, psychedelic, tapping, EFT body-based therapies, somatics experiencing deep breathing and cold exposure to the nervous system. Vigorous exercise, though, is the most effective treatment for depression and anxiety, brain fog, overall stress. So, exercising and what they're calling exercises is break a sweat and perform 45 minutes of healing eating. So you take, if you want to sweat, and what you want to do is once you get your heart rate up to a sweat, you want to try to do, it says at least 45 minutes, but you start with what you want. This helps you re-regulate, because once you're dysregulated, it's not going to do you any good. You're not going to be able to do anything with your brain until you get yourself out of that side of your brain. Hey, Mandy, I see you, dear. Also, healthy eating. I'm on the anti-inflammatory diet. Yes, does it suck? Yeah, but I'm learning it. And it's also good for my body too, because it helps with the sugar and the white and the processed food and all that stuff. Not good for you. There's also internal family systems therapy, known as ISF parts therapy. So let's see if I'm going to be able to get through this, because I'm going to have to go. Let's see. Gosh, I took a lot of notes. And I went backwards to them too. But trauma is trauma. It doesn't matter. Hey, silly rabbit. I know, vigorous exercise. I know, right? Okay. 15 minutes. Okay. So trauma is trauma. I went backwards on my notes, so y'all got the hard part at the last. Okay. But the one thing about CPTSD, all they want to do, talk therapy and medication, does not help. For most people, does not help. Mostly, trying to work through trauma while dysregulated can make re-regulation even worse. Absolutely. Mainstream approach. You have to keep going back to your trauma. No, you don't. Learn by trying to find out what works for you and drop treatments that don't work. There's brain-based and body-based methods, and then there's the daily practice method. Most common is talk therapy and medications. Do you know that 1 in 7 people take medications for anxiety? CPTSD does not improve. In fact, it can make it worse with medications because it masks awareness and produces brain fog. Medication can inhibit our nervous system from regulating itself. Drugs are not specifically designed for re-regulation. Their effects don't match with our symptoms. And medicine can cause a mood shift, but not healing. Talk therapy and cognitive behavioral therapy have little effectiveness on CPTSD. There's DBT and exposure therapy. And in the British Journal of Medical Association and John Hopkins say that antidepressants don't work for 85% of people who take them. That is according to their study. That is only my observation and reading. Talk therapy and medication eat up all other resources, and they're not effective. So that's why there's not a lot of studies done on it. When methods don't work, people begin to think it's them and that they can't be helped. I was doing EMDR, Mandy. Now I'm on this new daily practice, and I really like it. When people think they can't be helped, then they quit. Trauma treatment must address the core injury, treat the nervous system injury that leaves you prone to deregulation. Once you can re-regulate yourself, that nervous system injury, there you go. Then you'll be able to, it's more effective. If you're in dysregulation, it's not going to do you any good to try to do anything. You've got to get re-regulated. It really helped this time. It helped me the first time. Hypnosis has helped me in so many ways. That's cool. Okay. Yeah, I love the MDR, but I'm just through with it now. It helped. Okay, when you are this deregulated, it makes it impossible for you to heal and remember and learn. Talking about things, because CPTSD can make matters worse. It can bring up old wounds. Therapists say you're processing it when you were upset, and you have to grieve to heal, and it's going to take a long time. Who's heard that before? Because that is not true. Oh, you're healing, you're processing, you're grieving. It's going to take a long time. No, it doesn't have to take that long. It does not have to take that long. Because you just need to re-regulate. And healing is not linear. Absolutely correct, Mandy. Absolutely correct. Thank you for saying that. And I know that I rushed through these. Yes, talking about it makes me think about it more. That's why I like this approach. I truly like this approach. And the daily writing is just, it's great. EMDR does okay, does take a long time, but it helps. It helps. I refuse to explore hypnosis to make kale acceptable because it's weak. Oh my God, you got to just drink it. It don't taste bad once you put it in there. Yes, please, anybody, I'm going to get off here now. You all have everybody has the sheets, right? Just want to make sure I'm not leaving anybody out. And next Sunday, we are going to do part 3. which will be chapter 3. Hey, April, I'm so look, we're fixing what we're gonna do. Welcome in. We're live. Being Kel is good. How are you? Living with intention. April, I love it that you're in here. What is the deal with Kel, y'all? Oh, you're very welcome. I thank you. I put it in. I put my spinach leaves or my kale or whatever it is. I don't. Once you put all this stuff in there, you can't even taste it. Ben's just got a prejudice against kale. So I'm going to get off so I can go fill up my drink. Wheatgrass, yes. People are hating on kale, right? Thank you, April, so much for that. And thank you, everybody. Liar, you can taste it. Put your spices in there and you can't, or make it sweet. Okay, I have the next live set for 8:05. I love you, Mandy, so much. Mandy, I'm going to put you up first too when we come back. So it'll be a new live stream, and it's 7:53. 8:05 is when I plan on being back on. I'm so glad you found us. Have you been to the Facebook group, Candy? Because we continue all kind of conversations over there, and they'll post the link for you. Just answer the questions. And love you, Body Illusion, very much. Love you, Blake Reed. If you're talking about Chick-fil-A, I'm wanting to go. So much. But Silly Rabbit, Barbie, all of you, I love you so much. Please, I hope y'all can stay around. And oh, hey, SP Crusader. I'm getting off now because at 8:05, we're gonna hold space for Mike and his family. So if you would like to come back on, you're definitely not. You don't have to. I'm doing this out of. Oh, I feel absolutely. The first session is on there. It says part 1, and I have the PDF. I can send you if you can email me. Hey, can someone put the email address up, please? If you can email me that, I will send you the PDF with the journal for the book. Well, we're going to do nothing but hold space next. So, and let people express their feelings. So we're going to get into the feels. I got 10 minutes. I'm going to log off. Thank you, mods. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Thank you to all of you that have spoken up for the first time. We very much welcome you. And you are always welcome here. Everyone is welcome at Mental Health Matters. The only rules are, oh, Tomas, love you, babe. Thank you so much. And yes, we have the fastest mods on the too. Hey, Rick, good evening. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I was trying to rush through this because I want to get to people that are having real issues. So I went ahead and did a back-to-back stream. I'm going to end this. I got 10 minutes now. I'm going to run. I'll be back on at 8:05. Please come back, all of you, if you feel comfortable doing that. I would appreciate it. We have a lot of hurt people. Yes, please put his channel. Thank you so much. We have a lot of hurt people in the community. Okay, I'm going. Please come back. And I love you all. And I will see you in 10 minutes. And thank you, Red, back here for helping me so much. And she will be back too. I will see y'all in 10 minutes.